Hello, and welcome back to the channel, The PROWIRC Method, where we discuss concepts from my book, Happiness and Well-Being Through Balance and Progress, The PROWIRC Method. Today's topic is people wanting to improve their life experience. If you would like to improve your life experience, I would offer this as sort of a first and foremost concept to consider, and that is, and we could all learn something from this one, to get to know yourself better. I think that's something every last person could do. You know, in this day and age of influences and influencers, and let's just say there's a lot of stimulation from a lot of directions. You know, as we grow up, we hear a lot of opinions. As we make our way in our lives, we find a lot of information external to us, and we're used to doing that. We're used to saying, okay, what am I going to do here? What do I need to do here? I need to look out there and find this information. I need to look out there and find some activities or things I need to do. Actually, what we're talking about here today is looking internally for answers, looking internally for motivations, looking internally for stimulations, and actually looking internally enough so that you get to know yourself better. Now, one of the things that I've had people ask me about and talk to me about the book, they say, well, Ron, in your book, there's a lot of questions, for us to answer. There's a lot of exercises to do. Boy, it kind of seems like a little bit of work sometimes. And wouldn't it be nice in life if we could just snap our fingers and everything was all done without us having to do anything? Well, would it be or wouldn't it be? Because isn't the whole thing of life for us to enjoy doing things and get to the crux of the matter and find out what we'd like to be doing, what we should or could be doing, and then really enjoy doing it. Anyhow, the book has a lot of exercises and a lot of questions in it. And what do these do? Well, these questions and these exercises, they help you answer certain things in your life. They help you find certain directions according to your own compass. And they help you to make more sort of personal, observations, and to help you move you in directions that are going to be personally beneficial to you. But the big thing that the entire thing does also is to help you to get to know yourself better. So if I could actually say three main things that we could get from this book, conceptually, and interestingly, if I could have come up with a different title, I've got the title Happiness and Well-Being Through Balance and Progress, the PROWIRC Method. It's a long title. It describes exactly what it is we're going to do in the book, but people have said to me, well, gee, Ron, if you'd have gone with a sexier title, boy, it would sell quicker. And that way, even people that don't want to do any work or are not that motivated to try to change their life or whatever, they'd still pick up the book. And it doesn't bother me that, people wait till they pick up the book until they actually really want balance and progress or improvement, in their life. And I think that when you get working with something like this and you're doing the work and you're getting, the improvement as you go along, I mean, you really, really, there's a noticeable uptake in your well-being at such a high level that it's absolutely worth doing the work. But, what are three things that you really get from the book? The first one is to be aware of the concept that making balance in your life an objective. So we have the fact of the 7 areas: power, relationships, organization, wealth, image, relaxation, and creativity are 7 areas of your life that you need to keep in progress. And why do you need to keep those things in progress? For well-being. Well, for well-being, but the idea of keeping the whole 7 of them always in progress is for balance. So that if one area doesn't get into regress and then start pulling the areas down. So that's one of the main concepts of the book. a secondary main concept of the book is the actual progress itself. As you make progress in these various areas of your life, it's actually the progress that you make in your life. I'm very convinced that anytime you're making progress in any area of your life, that is where the feelings of well-being are. So the reason it's happiness and well-being through balance and progress is because, the balance and the progress, they do create the happiness and well-being, and progress really creates the feeling of well-being. But if I could have gone with the title, a little shorter title, that might be just a little something, a little, catchier for people. I think the third title I would have considered going for is Get to Know Yourself Better. I think if you want to really have a satisfying life, really be able to go in the directions that are really going to please you as a person and really have a great experience, you have to take directions internally from yourself. And the only way you can do that, and the only way you can take directions that are meaningful to you, are to get to know yourself better. So when we are going through all these various different activities, and obviously I have the booklet here that's on the website, theprowircmethod.com, and basically there's activities from all over the book, and primarily the activities will be to brainstorm lists and ask you questions, come up with activities, or using your creativity and coming up with creative ideas or creative directions and all of these things. But what all of these questions are also leading to, aside from the fact that every one of them has its own sort of helpful booster to help to fix or repair or direct one thing in your life into a direction that's going to be more meaningful for you. But the number one thing that the whole thing does together is to get you to know yourself better. As you answer all these questions and you do all these exercises, wow, you're going to get a first-hand, honest look at yourself at a level and a depth that you have probably not done before. So on this show here today, let's just, maybe I'll go over some of the things from the workbook, so that if you don't have the book and you don't have the workbook and you're just on here today to get the information, at face value, I want you to take value with you, so you can take the idea with you that balance in your life objectives is very important to the happiness and well-being in your life, that progress in the 7 areas being power, relationships, organization, wealth, image, relaxation, and creativity is very important to the well-being in your life, but also to be an internally sort of focused and person who goes out into the world with an internal focus of what is really best for you in your life. The third thing is that you need to get to know yourself. So what I'm going to do on top of that is I'm just going to go over a couple of the ideas and exercises, for instance, from the book, to demonstrate how you can get to know yourself better. Right off the bat, and we've done other videos on this, and you can look up the other videos. By the way, in all of these topics, you can look up other videos that we've already done. And so even if you don't have the book, and even if you don't have the exercise book, the book's on Amazon, and the exercise book's on the channel, The PROWIRC Method. But even if you don't have those items, I would like you to be able to get the value just from also watching the channel. But right off the bat, one of the first things that we go over is the concept of a mission statement. And I have videos here on how to develop a personal mission statement, why a personal mission statement is different than a business mission statement. But while you're trying to develop that good mission statement and in the process, and you absolutely do it, what are you doing? You're getting to know yourself better. When we say, okay, great, now let's look at areas where we can improve our mental and physical power for the idea of power in the PROWIRC method. And we say, okay, well, this is areas I'm strong in, these areas I need some work in these areas. As you reflect on that, you're getting to know yourself better. We talk about relationships in the book, and the idea and the concept that we need to keep our valued relationships in progress. We also talk about how to determine to some degree which are our valued relationships. And as we do that, that's going to be a very important factor, because relationships are very big in our life, and they're going to affect the well-being feeling in our life. They're going to affect a lot of the directions that we go. They're going to affect a lot of our experiences. So if we have methods to find valuable relationships, decide which significant other relationships are best for us, in which case we should also look at our mission statement and also, see what that person considers to be of value in their life. As we look at these various areas, and relationships being one, we answer those questions and consider those ideas. We learn about ourselves at the same time. So organization, one of the things that we do a lot in the book, and also in the exercise book, is not just to come up with a whole list of things that we need to organize, but we also look at all the things we're currently organizing in our life, and we sort of figure, where do all these things come from? Are all these things that we are spending our whole life organizing, are they actually related directly to our mission statement and what's important to us to have our best life experience? Or did we just pick up some of this junk along the way, like a basement full of junk you could have in your house that you've been collecting since you don't know when, and you can't even remember what's down there? Well, in the objectives and the things that we do in our weekly organizations, we often manage a lot of rituals and routines and things that have lost meaning so long ago that we're literally spending our time doing nothing. But as we take our time to reflect on this, we are getting to know ourselves better. So we go into the topic of wealth. And just recently, there's another video on here that I just recently did where, for whatever reason, I'm talking about the concept, of wealth. Where I'm actually talking about our mission statement. And I have in my mission statement, I have a statement that I make about wealth and how I would interact with that. And, we talk about that in the book, what each person's feeling is about wealth, what they consider to be wealthy, how much wealth would they require in their life to meet their goals, to do all their objectives and all these, items. And when you're doing that, when you're thinking about this, you're getting to know yourself better. Obviously, the chapter on image, we go into concepts. Again, this is not just a pitch to get the book and to get the workbook. I'm telling you these concepts right now so that you can think of these things now. You can make notes now, and you can get to know yourself better now from these concepts. But in the chapter, on image, we actually say, great, what do you think is your image now? And then we think, what do you think in the perfect world of a person who achieves all the things that you would like to achieve in your life? What do you think that person's image is like? And then we actually take the PROWIRC areas of power, relationships, organization, wealth, image, relaxation, and creativity, and we reflect on our image with regard to all those items. So again, we are specifically getting something out of that for our images in continuity with our goals and with our other, dreams for our life. But also we are getting to know ourselves better. And then relaxation. What do we do for relaxation items? What would we like to do for relaxation items? Are we really picking those things ourselves, or are we letting them be picked by our smartphones? Are we letting our activities being chose for us by friends or, distant members of the family, or things we talked about a long time ago? Like, where are these relaxation ideas coming from? As we reflect on that, we are learning to know ourselves better. And the last topic in the PROWIRC thing, which is creativity, there's something very interesting that we get to know when we do the creative exercises. It's not just to know ourselves better. It's to know the power of our creative selves better and who we are as a creative being. Because when we actually tap into our creativity, we suddenly get into power of areas that just consciously we don't have. I do believe that when we really invoke the power of our creativity, we get past sort of our conscious powers that we've accumulated over our lifetime. And I don't know how we sort of get into these other areas of like mega power on some answers and things that you're going to come up with, and either creative exercises or creative projects are going to amaze you what you can do. And when you get into that and you find the power that that has, you will be surprised. You will be getting to know yourself. You will be getting to know your creative self, and you will be getting to know the power of your creative self. And through that, you will be getting also to know yourself. So I'm just going to suggest one more thing for you here today, and then I'm going to recite the mantra that we've been reciting over many videos here, which should help you with also with some of these ideas and concepts. But what I'm just going to give you as a last thought today is, for your next push into your life, for your next goals that you're going to select, for your next, what would I like to do? Where would I like to go? What would I like to be? Instead of the next thing you learning a million things outside you to help you with all of that, spend some time either in these activities or activities like these, or again, you can watch a lot of the videos and we talk about a lot of the activities. Use these types of tools to get to know yourself better. Want to make better decisions for yourself, want to be more effective, want to be more powerful, want to be more internally driven, want to be more on mission, want to have more energy and feel more well-being and literally happiness, all of the things that goes with that. Please consider this one thing today. Before getting any more information out there, get information in here. Get to know yourself better. Now I'm just going to say this mantra that we've been saying that maybe you can adopt for yourself. I think it'll help you with a lot of things and a lot of challenges. And if you're looking to make some changes in your life and move forward, repeating this mantra is certainly going to help you with that. I am a unique being separate from my situation. I possess the godlike power of creativity, and I choose the power of creativity and thankfulness over fear, apprehension, or anxiety every minute of every day. So while you think of all of these things and get to know yourself better, please choose the power of creativity and thankfulness over fear, apprehension, or anxiety every minute of every day. Thanks, and if you like the content here on the channel, The PROWIRC Method, please like and subscribe, or recommend it to someone that you think can maybe use these concepts or ideas. I mean, honestly, one of the best things that you can ever pass along to someone is something that you learned that helped you, that moved you ahead, or even that just gave you any type of epiphanies or realizations at all. We can all use those. If you know a person that specifically, maybe having a bit of a time of it right now and, they could use some of this information, please share the video, pass it along to those people. Anyway, have a great day. Good to see you here again on the channel. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.